out of Ashland. We've got a really interesting rivalry cooking up on this card between Tartarus MMA, based out of here now.
Narrowly lost that match, I do believe, if I remember correctly, but
he did. He's 0-1 so far in our grappling series, but like you say, he was up against a black belt right out of the gate.
Who was considerably heavier than him too, which is it was a very impressive performance. I really like, he uses a lot of tense planet techniques. You'll hear him calling for tense planet techniques whenever he's cornering his grapplers quite often. So he's got a very interesting style. It's a little bit different. He likes to play lockdown half. He plays a little bit of rubber guard. So it'll be interesting to see.
All right, we are now at bout number 1 of the New Line Grappling series tonight. This match is going to be 1 round with a possible overtime in the lightweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, he has an 0-1 record here at New Line Cagefighting, standing 5'9", weighing in at 137 pounds. Fighting out of Davis Karate in Moorhead, Kentucky, Joey Donohew. Fighting out of the red corner, this is his NLC grappling debut, standing at 5'7" and 155 pounds. From Tartarus MMA in Ashland, Kentucky, a purple belt, Daniel Weddington. And your referee, NLC's cruiserweight grappling champion from Fairmont, Zach Humperson.
No love for Zach.
And we are underway.
Humbertson kicked us off with a Cecil Peoples reference. Weddington pulls guard. Good mount there by Donohew, though. See if he can stay on top or if he's going to end up in a guard position himself.
Weddington trying to attack a leg here.
Yeah, it looks like he's got that shin up the middle. He's not quite in a full single leg X or straight ashi yet, but he's getting close. Donohew pulls him into closed guard.
Now Weddington trying to put pressure on the hips here, break that guard open, and start to pass.
And that was a good movement over to mount by Donohew, because even though he wasn't able to secure that mount position, it got him into a good closed guard, which is a good position for him to be in as a slightly lighter grappler here, who's got a very tricky closed guard. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to start to break the posture down. We see Weddington standing and trying to use that knee wedge. Trying to split the guard open, but he's unable to make it happen. And now we see Donohew starting to move out too. He's in almost full regular mission control here.
Now he's trying to get to that full mission control with that
Weddington
left
doing a
leg.
good job using that dinosaur arm to try to keep the knee to chest connection away, just keep that the left foot out of the hip.
Good knee slice from Weddington here, though. Steps over. He's got that instep almost like that 3/4 mount over the knee.
Yeah, and when you're playing in rubber guard, that's the big battle, is who can control that battle of the knee. Eddie Bravo calls it that bottom knee, not the one that's across your back, but the one that you're trying to clear.
And Donohew doing a great job of controlling the head of Weddington. That's a big reason why he's not just bursting past that guard right now.
Yep.
You see there's that instep. He's going to try to use that drive through the guard now.
He's doing a good job using that forehead on the chin to help control Donohew. And he slides over to side control here.
And the most important thing about that pass for people who are new to jiu-jitsu is that far side underhook.
Yeah.
That far side underhook is so important when you're passing guard.
Now we see Donahew's got his left arm in position to maybe attempt a ghost escape here. We'll see. Right now he's just content to use it to block mount, but that's a very tricky position. It makes it difficult to transition to mount. Kind of limits your attacking opportunities as the top player.
Nice. He's going for a Darce choke here.
And
he slips out.
He slips out. He's not. That was a good attempt, though. You see that a lot from that ghost escape type position as well.
Very slick by Donohew. Just couldn't get that grip deep enough. And you see now Weddington in a very, very heavy side control, using that cross face. Donahew's crafty off of his back, though. I like watching him here defensively.
Yeah, you see him using that inside bicep tie from the bottom to control We see him starting to set up almost like a fly trap type. But as Weddington starts to look back at the legs, it gives Donohew an opportunity to go back to the guard.
I think Weddington made a mistake there.
I agree. I think he sat up and he wasn't really fully committed on attacking the legs.
He should have been more focused on settling into that top heavy position. Now you see Donahew's in a much better spot for offense.
You can tell these guys are high level. They're both very patient.
Now, for people who aren't familiar with EBI rules and EBI Jiu-Jitsu, explain those, Colin.
Yeah, so if we get to the end of regulation here, we see he's got a good single leg X here. Donohew gets on top there, but when we get to overtime, we'll be seeing that. It's almost like an X type setup. Oh, now we got an outside heel hook.
Both
outside heel hook where he's turning it into a heel bar, kind of like Paul Juarez, David Branch style. So he doesn't have a good enough angle right now. I think Donahew's knee is free.
He's trying to get it deeper now, maybe switch to a knee bar.
I think Donahew's knee is free, though, at this point. I don't think he's going to be able to get it, especially with that foot on the hamstring.
Yep,
Good
Donahue's just got to
defense
keep
mechanics.
pushing. Now he's happy to settle back into guard there. Dangerous moment there from both men hunting for that leg lock. And I think it was Donohew who initiated it.
Yeah. Well, I think it was he was able to get on top whenever Weddington went to that single leg X Rimi Ashigarami position, but he was knocked back.
What have I told you about using these Japanese words?
It's the right word. It's the right word.
I get tired of it.
I fully believe that Colin could call all the grappling by himself.
I think Colin just tries to make himself look impressive, honestly.
Well, my students despise me also for my Japanese terminology usage, so if that makes you feel any better. A couple good offensive exchanges back and forth from these guys, but
Very methodical pace.
oh, and we see the
triangle
triangle
attempt.
setup. This is very, very, very dangerous. As long as he can keep control of the
He's
head.
getting that angle right where he needs
is.
it. Now he's going to try to lock it back up and finish
He
it.
needs to keep good control of his own shin there.
Beautiful. This
This
tight.
is-
That
This
is
tight
tight.
triangle.
Quite possibly going to be a wrap. He's got a good bite. He's got a good angle.
Yeah. Oh, and now he's hooking the leg. That's going to make it even tighter. There's the
Beautiful
tap.
work by Joey Donohew.
Excellent job.
That's what I was interested to see. Like he's got a very good closed guard. Very sneaky. A lot of good attacks. He used the threat of the mirror lock there to open up that.
Well, Davis MMA, or Davis Karate Studio starts off the night ahead of Tartarus here.
Great match, too.
That was a very good match.
High, like you said, high level. Both guys were very methodical. I really like watching Joey Donohew work off of his back. He's super crafty. Now, tell me, when you see a guy like that grapple, like, as far as stylistically, like, how do you deal with a guy that's content to be on his back?
It's very difficult. You've got to, in my opinion, first of all, wait for this to It changes depending on the rule set and the tools available. And what I mean by that is, if somebody's very good at playing closed guard, I'm going to try to drive them into defense.
Say I'm good-hearted, but I'm just getting started. Got my eyes on the target.